Greetings, everyone. My name is Jonathan Barry, and I want to welcome you to Peace Through Trade. This is a conversation series presented by ZDKL Coin, where we're going to be exploring how Web3 and blockchain are transforming the way humanity trades, connects, and governs across borders. In this episode, titled The Future of Web3 Finance is Regulated, we're honored to feature the powerhouse duo behind ZDKL itself, Erai and Kyleigha Beckmann. Before they launched a blockchain, they shifted a nation. Erai and Kyleigha co-founded a pharmaceutical company that helped legalize medical cannabis in Brazil, unlocking access for hundreds of millions of people and achieving a multi-billion-dollar valuation for their company, as well as opening up the Latin American market worth billions of dollars. Their journey through regulation, reform, and industry creation led them to a powerful insight. The future of finance isn't just decentralized. It's regulated, sovereign, and compliant by design. With that vision, they built ZDKL Coin and the Peace Through Trade blockchain, a new layer 1 proof-of-work blockchain powered by AI, backed by research universities and designed to scale across jurisdictions. It's already licensed to distribute tokenized real-world assets like gold and silver, and it's engineered for practical, permissionless Web3 commerce, wallet-to-wallet, and borderless payments. So I want to welcome you all to this conversation. Now, Erai, I know that you have had a lot of experience bringing products to market, having been born into a family that had done, I think, 15 IPOs by the time you were 18 years old. Being able to see that happen and learn those insights and those strategies, I'm sure shifted your strategy when it comes to bringing products to market. But I'm also curious to hear, Kyleigha, from you about your experience being Brazilian, having those connections in the marketplace. What was that like for you bringing cannabis legally to the market, and how did that shape your worldview as you transitioned into Web3?
Thank you, Jonathan. That's a really good question. So back in 2014, when Erai and I were working in the cannabis space here in North America, specifically CBD, in Brazil at that time, CBD was an illegal narcotic, Schedule I substance. And we had families importing CBD for their loved ones, children that were suffering from epileptic disorders, and they were being persecuted for drug trafficking. They were reaching out to us for help. Obviously, we didn't want them to go to jail and for trying to support their children. And so with that, we were able to go into the Brazilian market as a pharmaceutical company, and we lobbied, we worked with Anvisa very closely. We wrote the legislation and the law that was eventually passed January 14th, 2015.
Good.
And what we saw happen at that time was a gray space go from unregulated to regulated, and how that affected the entire cannabis market. And we've seen that happen in other industries, such as the music space. For example, Napster, they pioneered the music streaming space online. However, they're no longer alive today. They don't function as a company today, as they didn't follow any laws or regulation. But the giants in this space are, iTunes and Spotify, that pursued the legal path. And so what we've seen now is this pattern repeat in other industries, and with our own experience in the cannabis industry, specifically for CBD. And we saw that now needing to happen in the Web3 space. It's been the wild, wild west. It's been, rug pulls. It's been uncertainty. It has been very difficult to trust these systems. And so what we're hoping to do with ZDKL and in the Web3 space is to create an environment that feels safe and follows a regulatory path.